Sip Nine Hub.
Hello, welcome to another series of Sipnayan Hub. This particular series is about how to use GeoGebra, which is a mathematical and statistical software that we can use whether you are a learner, you are a student, or just like me, an educator. For students, we can use this software to quickly check on functions or if we want to graph or build geometric objects, for example, your points, your lines, you can even build 3D objects very quickly and efficiently. We can use this software. For educators, if we are developing a material and we want to present the concepts better visually and easily, we can use this software. Also, we can actually use it as a strategy to present a particular topic in mathematics or statistics. It could aid uh, the learning, the teaching learning process for us and for our students. So in this uh, episode, we will just be talking about the interface of GeoGebra. I will also be showing where to download this software. One of the advantages of using this software is, of course, it is free. We do not have to buy this software. And once we are familiar with the interface of the software, we can actually use it very easily. I am now going to show you where to download this software. So just go to your internet.
We will download our GeoGebra. So just type GeoGebra download. And actually, the first thing that appears here is what we need. Just click on App Downloads GeoGebra. If we do that, it will link us or will show us different softwares of GeoGebra. But what we need, what we will be using in this presentation is actually GeoGebra Classic 6. This is the more general software, graphic calculator, 3D calculator, geometry. The other softwares here are integrated already in GeoGebra Classic 6. So we can actually use all the functions of the other here when we download GeoGebra Classic 6. It has a download button here. We just have to click the download button. I actually did that a while back, so I have here the file. It will download the file and then go to the location of that file. Just run it and it will install in our computer. So it's as seamless as that. After installation, open the software. If you do that, if you click on the software, it will give you this interface. So this is actually the main focus of this presentation. In the upcoming episodes, we will be discussing in greater detail how we can use the different functions. Let us start with the different views of GeoGebra. So it's the term view, that's the technical word when we mean the different functions that GeoGebra offers. So we have different views because we have different purpose of using GeoGebra. So if your purpose is more of graphing or creating objects like points, lines, planes, then our view should be algebra. So where can we see the available views in our interface, in our software? We have these three dots here at the left, bottom left, upper left of the interface. If you click this one, let's click, it will show us the different views available in GeoGebra Classic 6. So this is the most updated one. So maybe in the future they will update this one and add other views. Just a brief description of what the different views can offer. As I have said, we are currently at algebra view. So this part here is called the algebra view. This is where we can input our equations or functions so that in the graphic view, this is the graphic view, this is our second view. This is where we can see the graph. So when we opened it, this is by default the views that we can see, the algebra view and the the graphic view. What are the functions of the other views? For example, we have a 3D graphic view. So as the name suggests, it is the view that we should go to if our goal is to create, say, 3D objects like spheres, cones, and the likes, or we are creating irregular 3D objects. We use spreadsheet if we are focused on data. So if we want to conduct data analysis, statistical analysis, or if we want to form graphs, this is the view that we need to use. Probability calculator is used to compute probability. So you have your normal curve. If you know your normal curve, if you want to identify the area under curve, or in statistics, that's actually the same as the probability, we can use this view. So anyway, do not get intimidated if you do not know yet these topics, because we will be showing an example for each of the views in the coming episodes or in the next episodes. So those are our different views. Next is our components. So in our interface, we have different components. Our first component is what we call the menu bar. Our menu bar is located at the upper right corner of our interface. If you can see the three horizontal lines here, if we click this one, it will give us the different menu. So when we say menu in GeoGebra, we mean the file menu, open menu, save menu, export image menu, and all the things that we can do here. So these are our different menu. And also for each view, we have our what do you call this? Our toolbars. Generally, this list of toolboxes is our toolbar, and for each toolbox, if we click on it, we have different tools. So for example, this is called the move toolbox. We have the move tool, we have the freehand shape tool, we have the pen tool. If we want to look at the other toolboxes, for example, the second toolbox, we have different tools under the toolbox. We have point, and object. So we have different toolboxes in our toolbar. Observe that when I point to a tool, there appears an instruction at the bottom part of my interface. For example, if I choose point, there is a box there that automatically appears in the bottom part of our window. That is called the tool help. It is used to help us by giving us a brief description of what is the purpose of that tool, or what we need to use that tool. So actually, this is one of the most important part of GeoGebra, because it guides us what we need. So for example, if we want to plot a point, it says in the tool help that we simply select a position. It says select a position or line, function, or a curve. So meaning we just select anywhere in our graphic view here. This is our graphic view. Another one, point on object, select object or its perimeter. Let us observe the tools included in the other toolboxes. This is the toolbox we want if we want to draw lines or line segments or related objects. This is the toolbox that we would need if we want to draw intersecting lines or parallel lines. We have our polygons. If we want to do that, it is this toolbox that we need. If I click on regular polygon, uh, the toolbox, I mean the tool help will tell us that we need to select 2 points, then enter number of vertices. So anyway, I am not clicking yet because that's what we're going to do in the next video. So we have our toolboxes. Each toolbox is comprised of different tools. Another part of the GeoGebra interface is our input bar. This is where we input our uh, commands or equations that uh, we want GeoGebra to graph or we want GeoGebra to compute. That is our input bar, I should say. We also have a context menu. So let me just give an example of a function. Say we have y equal to x squared and it will graph here a parabola because this is a quadratic equation. And what we mean by context menu is the menu that appears in our interface, in GeoGebra interface, when we right click the object. So I will choose any part of the object of the parabola because that's my present object now. If I right click it, it gives us different information here. This is called the context menu. Next part of our GeoGebra interface is what we call our navigation bar. This is by default found at the bottom part of our interface. So this part here, it says 3 out of 3. It means that there are 3 steps we created. It means that there are 3 steps or objects that we created in our input bar or in our algebra view. And actually what it does, and actually the navigation bar is used to show a step-by-step construction of our different objects. So we can actually play this one. So a while back I just created 2 more objects. They are all functions, x cubed and square root of x. And if we play this one, we can specify the number of seconds that it would play. I'd like it 3 seconds. If we actually play this one, it will show us the step-by-step construction of the different objects. So we started with a parabola, a cubic function, and a radical function. That is the use or the function of the navigation bar. If you cannot see this navigation bar here, you can right-click any part of our graphic view and then make sure that the navigation bar is checked. If we uncheck this one, of course, we cannot see anymore the navigation bar at the bottom part of our interface. But we click or we check this one, it will show us 3 objects and we can play, so that, for example, you want your students to see a step-by-step process of something, of creating a mathematical object. You can do that one. That's our navigation bar. The last part of our GeoGebra interface is what we call the virtual keyboard. If you observe at the left bottom part of our interface, we have here a transparent keyboard-like symbol. If we click on it, it would give us a virtual keyboard. So this is what we mean by our virtual keyboard. It is actually a keyboard that would let us input mathematical characters or other representations. For example, variables, your numbers. If you want a function, we can click here and we can use the different functions that are built in the software. So we could see here trigonometric functions. This part of the virtual keyboard is more of putting letters in different characters. So these are our special characters that we can input in the GeoGebra software. So that ends our presentation on the GeoGebra interface. I will see you in the next video for a demonstration on the different functions of GeoGebra. We will start with the first view, the default view, our algebra view, and our graphic view. I'll see you there.